What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I put James Harden back into his prime at 27 years old with a 97 overall. We're going to be rebuilding the LA Clippers around James Harden and hopefully winning him his first championship. And we're obviously going to have to bring James Harden help to make us championship contenders, and we're going to start that off with the Kawhi Leonard trade. I looked around the league a little bit, and there's a lot of good offers we can get in return for Kawhi Leonard. As you guys can see, we can get Tyrese Maxey, Zach LaVine, Trae Young, Bam Adebayo. This is a trade that I liked a lot. Lauri Markkanen and John Collins for Kawhi Leonard and PJ Tucker. And there's another one, OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges. I would like this trade a little bit more than for Lauri Markkanen and John Collins. The reason is defense. So I'm going to try keeping Derrick Jones Jr. out of this trade. If we're not able to keep Derrick Jones Jr. out of this trade, I'll go for Lauri Markkanen, I guess. But I want OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges. And I also want to keep Derrick Jones Jr. out of this trade because he's going to be an important role player for our team. Let's throw in Chris Dunn and see what they say. He has 2.5-star trade value. Kawhi Leonard, Chris Dunn for OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges. Let's see what they say, and they accepted. That was a lot easier than I thought. And now we got ourselves OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges paired up with prime James Harden. Now we need to upgrade our power forward position because Nicholas Batum is most definitely not going to be our starting power forward. Norman Powell is off the bench right now. We could probably put him at small forward, OG at power forward, or we could trade Norman Powell for a better starting power forward, and I think that's what I'm going to be doing. Let's see what we can get for Norman Powell here. I think we should be able to get something pretty good for Powell. He's at 84 overall, and let's see what that pick or player is going to be actually. So we can get Bobby Portis Jr., Brook Lopez. We can get Kristaps Porzingis, but we would have to give up Zubac, which I'm not really fine with doing. So John Collins would be really nice. He's a good defender. He can space the floor. It'll probably be John Collins if there's no one else here. Cam Johnson would be really nice also, but he's a small forward. Gordon. There's a lot of good players here. Let me look around a little bit more. When I come up with a decision on who I'll be picking for our new power forward, I'll make sure to show y'all. We are going to be acquiring John Collins from the Utah Jazz, sending away Norman Powell and Terrence Mann, who probably wouldn't be a part of the rotation anyways. He's a 74 overall, and we also get ourselves Drew Eubanks. So let's go ahead and pull this trade off, and now we have a starting five of a prime James Harden, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, John Collins, and Zubac. And our bench is Derrick Jones Jr., Amir Coffey, Drew Eubanks, and Bones Highland. Kevin Porter Jr. we can take out of the rotation, run a 9-man rotation, but I like our 9-man rotation that we have here so far. So I'm going to fix up the minutes, and then let's see how we play in game number 1. I fix up the player minutes, fix up the shot tendencies. Let's see how we play with the new LA Clippers with prime James Harden in game number 1 against the Dallas Mavericks. And it's a win where we score 141 points. James Harden with 42 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists, which is a great sign for success. So we're going to be running with this core that we have right now. I think we're a really good team, and I'll probably be seeing you guys at the end of season number 1 or at the trade deadline if there's any trades to be made. If anything, we may upgrade our backup center position and backup point guard position if Bones Highland and Eubanks aren't playing good. But if they're playing good, we'll run with this team. So I'll see you guys at the trade deadline or the end of season number 1, where hopefully we could win James Harden a championship. I stopped here at the trade deadline where we're playing absolutely amazing, but we are going to be making a change to our roster, and that's for a new backup center, which is going to be Andre Drummond. Drew Eubanks has been playing good offensively, rebounding decently, but his post defense is not good at all, as you guys can see right here. His post defense is a C+, so we're going to go ahead and trading him and Nicholas Batum, as well as a second round pick for Andre Drummond and Eric Gordon. Andre Drummond's a decent defender and one of the best rebounders in the league. So we're going to go ahead and bring him on our team to be our new backup center, and that's going to be the only trade we make this season. And now I'll be seeing you guys at the end of season number 1. Well, not the only trade, I meant to say the last trade we're going to make for this season. At the end of season number 1, Luka Doncic wins MVP, Jared McCain wins Rookie of the Year, Amin Thompson 6th player, Wemby wins Defensive Player, Amin Thompson Most Improved Player, Anthony Edwards Clutch Player of the Year, Jason Kidd Coach of the Year, and we get Executive of the Year after pulling off the trades that we pulled off. And as you guys can see in the bottom left corner, we won 59 games and lost only 23. We were absolutely phenomenal. Let's see if we get prime James Harden and an all-NBA selection, and I do not see him. So it looks like we are not getting James Harden on an all-NBA team, which makes no sense because I'll show you guys in a second how well he played. We get no one here also, which is totally fine. It is what it is. We were the number 2nd seed, and in round number 1 we'll be going up against the Denver Nuggets, Jokic, Murray, basically the same exact starting 5 that they have in real life. Now let me show you guys the player stats for this season. James Harden averaged 30 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, 11 assists, shooting 50, 40, 90. And somehow, even after averaging 30 points per game, he was not an all-star this season. I don't know why that is, but it is what it is. He wasn't an all-star, an all-NBA selection, or anything, but it is what it is. He played absolutely phenomenal. Mikal Bridges played good, so did OG Anunoby, John Collins, and Zubac. Our whole team was absolutely phenomenal. After pulling off the trades we pulled off, we played even better. And let me fix up our player minutes, and let's see if we can defeat the Denver Nuggets. Here's what the player minutes will be looking like for the playoffs in round number 1. Amir Coffey played absolutely phenomenal this season. He shot 40% from the 3-point line, and he made 123 pointers, which is a career high for him in the season. Derrick Jones Jr. was also good. His 3-point shooting did take a dip towards the end of the season. Before he was shooting around 38%. But now it's 34. Hopefully he can turn that up a notch in the playoffs. Let's see how things go. Game number 1 is a win. John Collins with 24, Bridges with 23, Harden with a 18-point double-double. Game number 2 is also a win. This time James Harden had 34 points, 9 boards, and 18 assists, playing absolutely phenomenal. Bridges also played really well, as did Zubac and the whole rest of our team. And we're up 3-0 against the Denver Nuggets just like that. Westbrook is playing amazing this playoff run against his old team. Harden with another double-double, 30 points, 11 assists. Bridges with another 20-plus point game. And is this going to be a sweep? And it is. Let's go. Mikal Bridges led the way in scoring this time with another 20-plus point per game. He's been averaging over 20 points per game this playoff run. Harden fouled out, okay, in 25 minutes. That's why his points were so low. But it is what it is. We beat Jokic and the Denver Nuggets, and now we're going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards, Julius Randle, and Gobert. They have the same exact team as they do in real life, but they did acquire, okay, so they made some moves. They acquired Mitchell Robinson and Kelly Olynyk off their bench. It looks like they traded away Dante DiVincenzo. Game number 1 is a win. Harden with 39 points, 9 assists, 3 steals, 1 block. Game number 2 is also a win. Harden with 40 points, 8 boards, and 15 assists. He's playing absolutely phenomenal this playoff run. Bridges also is playing phenomenal. Game number 3 is a loss. Anthony Edwards drops 31 on us. Harden had a triple-double, but we still ended up losing. How's John Collins playing? He's playing amazing. Let's see how OG's playing. He's also playing good, so our whole team is playing really good, to be honest. Mikal Bridges struggled a bit that game, but that's all right. Derek Jones is playing amazing. Coffee is struggling a little bit, but not by much. He's still playing good. Bones Highland took a huge dip field goal percentage wise, but he's shooting good from the 3-point line. Can we go up 3-1? And we cannot. Anthony Edwards with 26 points, 22 from Naz Reid. And where is Harden? Okay, he's right here. He had 21 points, 14 assists, but his efficiency wasn't the best. And now he's starting to struggle. He's shooting 44% from the field. Struggling for him compared to the regular season at least. I may come up with a coach game plan. We gotta put a good defender on Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle and Naz Reid. So let me fix that up. I'll see you guys for game number 5. I came up with a defensive coach game plan. Let's see if that's going to help us get a win here. Let's jump into Simcast and hopefully we can defeat the Minnesota Timberwolves to go up 3-2. Let's see what happens. And so far they do have the lead and it looks like they are going to be beating us here. And yeah, Harden had 35 points, 11 assists. Zubac had a double-double. So did John Collins, but it wasn't enough. Harden is really struggling here offensively. His efficiency took a huge dip. And it looks like our defense is pretty good on Anthony Edwards. But still, we ended up losing. Can we come back from this lead that they have on us? Let's see. So far, it's just a back and forth battle here. Hopefully, we can run away with it. And it looks like we are doing that. And we win by 10 points. And we'll be going to a game 7. James Harden played good this game. In order for us to win a championship, we need Harden to be playing absolutely phenomenal. He can't make any mistakes. That's the only way we win us a championship this season. Game 7, let's see how things go. Hopefully we can win and advance to the conference finals. So far we do have the lead. And it looks like we are. Yes, we are. We're going to be advancing to the conference finals. Harden with 43 points, 11 assists, and 9 rebounds. OG with 24. John Collins with another double-double. He's playing absolutely phenomenal. Jones, Drummond, Mikal Bridges, and the rest of the team. And now we're going up against the Dallas Mavericks, who have obviously Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, and Klay Thompson, as well as PJ Washington and Derek Lively. The same starting 5 and the same exact bench that they have in real life. Let's see if we're the better team. We'll simulate game number 1, and it's a win for us. Harden with 35 points. Zubac with 20 points. Zubac isn't rebounding as much as he did in the regular season, but hopefully he could pick that up a little bit here. Game number 2 is a loss. Irving with 37. Bridges 26. Harden with a double-double, but not the best efficiency. Game number 3 is also a loss. Harden had 31 points, 10 assists, but Luka Doncic had a triple-double, and Klay is playing like prime Klay Thompson right now, averaging 20 points per game, shooting 50-50-90. Oh god. He's playing absolutely phenomenal. Hopefully we don't go down 3-1 and we do just that. I don't know what we're going to do here. I guess we got to come up with a defensive coach game plan. I don't know if that'll help now. It may be a little bit too late, but hopefully it does. Let me fix this up, and then I'll see you guys, and hopefully we can defeat them. I made such a huge mistake. I totally forgot from the starting to put a defender on Luka. James Harden guarding Luka wasn't the best move, and I should have thought about that earlier. Now I put OG Anunoby on Luka, Mikal on Kyrie, and then James Harden on Klay. I don't know if that'll work or not anymore, but hopefully it does. I should have thought about that earlier. Luka Doncic is 6'6", 230 pounds. We shouldn't have had James Harden guarding him. But let's see if we can come back from this and we get eliminated. Luka Doncic wins Western Conference Finals MVP. Jason Tatum, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. So this is a rematch of the previous playoffs. The Celtics versus the Mavericks. Let's see who's going to win this time around. The Celtics didn't make any changes to their roster, but they have Drew Holiday coming off their bench. Okay. They were the first seed. Let's see who wins here. And it's the Dallas Mavericks this time. Gentlemen sweeping the Boston Celtics. Luka Doncic averaged 50 points per game. How is that even possible? Bro literally averaged nearly 50 points per game. He scored 78 points. Holy cow. I've never seen this before in 2K Simulation, where a player scores 78 points, making 14 three-pointers and 29 field goals made. That is insane. Holy cow. 78 points for Luka Doncic. No wonder he beat the Boston Celtics. But we obviously lost to the Dallas Mavericks, and now I'm going to overturn a few of these retirements. I'll see you guys either at the NBA draft or free agency, if we have any picks, that is. We have the 29th overall pick. I'm not sure who we're going to be selecting. I'm going to look for a point guard, someone that could be our backup point guard. DJ Wagner's here. He's not a good three-point shooter, but there's not really any good point guards that we can bring on our team here, which kind of sucks. This guy, Dame Sar, no, not a good three-point shooter. Maybe we trade away our pick. I guess that's what... Okay, we can't even trade away our pick. Oh god. I'm just going to go ahead and select JT Toppin. That way we could trade him away in a trade here pretty soon. He should have some nice trade value, hopefully. And now, rookie signing. We're going to go ahead and sign him. Team player option. Okay, let's go. Andre Drummond accepts his player option. Kevin Porter Jr. declines. That's good. I wasn't going to play him anyways. Eric Gordon will let walk, and the same. Or let's bring Kobe Brown back. He's a young player. He may be progressing. I'm not sure. So we're going to bring him back. Qualifying offers. We don't need to bring anyone back, which is a good sign. We have all our good players locked up on contracts, which is really nice. Now I'm going to finish filling out the rest of our roster in free agency. And then I'm going to come up with a trade for a new backup point guard. I think that would help our second unit out a lot. So I'm going to look for a backup point guard and I'll show you guys who that's going to be. We're not going to have to trade for a backup point guard since we can get Tyus Jones in free agency, which I'm definitely going to do. He's an amazing point guard to have on our team. He could be the perfect backup point guard. Help the second unit with his playmaking and scoring. He's a really good offensive player and one of the best playmakers in the league. He barely turns the ball over, so that'll be a really good addition to our team. And he is going to sign, which is absolutely phenomenal. I'm not sure if we're going to be making any more moves this offseason. We may make a trade or two. I'm not sure as of right now. I'm going to look around the league and see if there's any trades that would benefit our team. If there are, I'll make sure to show y'all. If not, I'll see you guys at the start of season number 2. I wasn't planning on making any moves to our starting 5, but since we did just get eliminated in the conference finals, I don't think it would be smart running with the same core. So we're going to be upgrading our center position to Walker Kessler, who's one of the best defensive big men in the league, one of the best rim protectors in the league. He's a good rebounder and a good offensive player. He's 23 years old. He's really young. He's an 83 overall, but after this offseason, he'll probably progress to a higher overall than Zubac, because Walker Kessler in 2K Simulation progresses like crazy. So we're going to be sending away Zubac, JT Toppin, and Cam Christie. We also have to take on Jordan Clarkson's contract to make this work. Let's see if they accept this trade, and they do not. But they do give us a counteroffer. They want Amir Coffey and Kobe Brown for Taylor Hendricks, who actually played really amazing, shooting 50, 40, 80 nearly. So we're going to go ahead and pull this trade off. Amir Coffey was good for us off the bench, but Taylor Hendricks could fill his shoes properly. And then Zubac will be sending away also. It sucks we have to trade him, but it is what it is. We need to upgrade our roster. That's what this trade here, which we made happen. And now we got ourselves a new starting center. I'm also going to be trading away Jordan Clarkson. We don't need him on our team, so I'll be sending him away for picks. And then I'll see you guys at the start of season number 2. I was going to trade Jordan Clarkson for picks, but we can get Mitchell Robinson from the Minnesota Timberwolves to be our new backup center, and that's exactly what we'll be doing, acquiring Mitchell Robinson from the Minnesota Timberwolves to be our new backup center, and now he'll be playing behind Walker Kessler. Andre Drummond is, well, Mitchell Robinson's an upgrade from Andre Drummond in my opinion, so yeah, he'll be our new backup center, and that's it for this off season. Here's our new starting five. We have James Harden, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, John Collins, and Walker Kessler at the starting center position, who's up to an 85 overall, which is really nice to see. And then off the bench, we're going to have Tyus Jones, Mitchell Robinson, Derrick Jones Jr., and Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who we signed in free agency to be our backup small forward, and I think he's going to play that position perfectly. In case Derrick Jones Jr. is not playing good and shooting bad from the three-point line like he did last season, shooting 34%, we can sub him out for Taylor Hendricks, who we acquired in that trade for Walker Kessler. And I think we may be doing that soon, but for now, this is the rotation we're going to run with. Let's see how we play in game number 1 against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and it's a win where we held them to 93 points, which is amazing. Harden the double-double, Bridges with 22, Derrick Jones Jr. with 21 points in 17 minutes. Let's go. And now I'll be seeing you guys either at the trade deadline or the end of season number 2, where hopefully this time around we can win Harden his first ring. At the end of this season, Victor Wembanyama wins MVP, averaging 30 points per game, 12 rebounds. He played absolutely phenomenal. Cooper Flag wins Rookie of the Year with the Utah Jazz. Josh Giddey, 6th Player of the Year. Wemby wins Defensive Player. Scoot Henderson, Most Improved. Anthony Edwards, Clutch Player, averaging 36 points per game. MVP most definitely could have gone to him. Ty Lue, our coach, wins Coach of the Year. As you guys can see in the bottom left corner, we won 66 games and lost only 16. We played absolutely phenomenal. And we also win Executive of the Year. Let's see if we get any All-NBA selections. We get James Harden on All-NBA First Team. He played absolutely phenomenal, averaging basically 28 points per game, 6 boards, 11 assists, shooting 50, 40, 80. How many games did he play last season? Last season, he played 55 games, so that's a reason he wasn't on All-NBA First Team or second, and on any All-NBA selection, and he wasn't an All-Star. I believe that's why. He only played 55 games, so that's why that would eliminate him from getting any awards, since they made a new rule where the player has to play 65 games. Let's see if we get any other selections, which we do not. Do we get Walker Kessler on here once again? And we don't get Walker Kessler this time around, but that's alright. And of course, we were the number 1 seed, and in round number 1, we'll be going up against the Denver Nuggets, who haven't made any changes to the roster. They do have Julian Strother up to 81 overall. And then they got Aaron Wiggins and Kelly Oubre Jr., as well as Jerome Holmes on their bench. So their bench is honestly pretty good. I think we're the better team. I'm going to be fixing up our player minutes, and then we'll see if we can defeat the Denver Nuggets. This is what our rotation is going to be looking like for the playoffs, the player minutes, and also I'll show you guys our player stats here in a second. Simulation wants us to play Taylor Hendricks over Derrick Jones Jr., but we've been playing Derrick Jones Jr. the whole season, so for now we're just going to keep him in the rotation. Taylor Hendricks will be a part of our rotation this coming season, most definitely. Here's our player stats for the regular season. James Harden, 28 points per game, basically a double-double. Mikal Bridges was our second leading scorer with 18 points per game, 16.5 from OG, 16 from John Collins, who played absolutely phenomenal. His three-point shooting wasn't the best. It wasn't as good as the previous season, but that's all right. Walker Kessler, 11. Tyus Jones, 10. Amazing get for our team. I love his addition, playmaking, offense, all that. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 8. And then the rest of the team. Now let's see if we can defeat the Denver Nuggets. Game number 1 is a win. James Harden drops 34 points, 14 assists. Game number 2 is also a win. And they do win game number 3. Jamal Murray had 38 points. Let's see if we can go up 3-1, which we do. Let's go. Harden with 27, almost our whole team in double-digit scoring, which is absolutely phenomenal. Gentleman sweep, hopefully, let's see, and it is. Let's go. Harden with 33 points, 17 assists, absolutely playing phenomenal. This is what he's averaging this playoffs. Let's see how OG is playing phenomenal. 21 points per game. Mikal Bridges 17, he's playing good. John Collins is playing phenomenal. Our whole team is playing good as of right now, so hopefully we can keep this up. In round 2, we got ourselves the OKC Thunder, who got themselves Paul George, which is pretty insane. Yeah, they got themselves Paul George last season, so hopefully we can defeat this team. J-Dub is up to a 90 overall. They have 3 90+ overall players. We only have 1. But our starting 5 is still amazing. So let's see what happens here. Game number 1 is a loss. Shea, 30 points. Harden needs to turn up on his old team and show them what he's about in order for us to win. We do win game number 2. Harden, there we go. 34 points, 15 assists. He needs to keep that up. We're up 2-1. Harden with 27. Can we win game 4? And we do. Let's go. John Collins with 26 points, 10 rebounds. Amazing. Harden with another double-double. Can we, gentlemen, sweep them? Yes, we do. Harden with 23 points, another double-double. I'm pretty sure he's been getting a double-double every game he's played. 22 from Mikal Bridges. And in the conference finals, we got ourselves Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs. They have Stephon Castle as their starting point guard. Do they still have Chris Paul? They do not. But they did get themselves Royce O'Neal, AJ Green, and that's basically it. We should be the better team, but they were the second seed, so you never know. And they do win themselves game 1. Wemby with 34 points. He's playing absolutely phenomenal. His efficiency is honestly bad, so hopefully he can continue playing, shooting the ball bad. But they're up 2-1 against us just like that. Wemby is going off this series already. So this is where we probably have to come up with a coach game plan. I don't know what we're honestly going to do. The best thing we can do is put Walker Kessler on Wemby, since he is our best big man defender on our team. John Collins is playing good. Our whole team's playing good, so I don't know how we're down to 2-0. But Harden needs to step it up even more. He's averaging 26. We need him averaging like 30 points per game in order for us to win. And his shot tendency is all the way up, so I don't know. But let me come up with a coach game plan, and let's see if we can come back from this lead that they have on us. Coach game plan has been set. Honestly, we should be able to lock this team up pretty easily. We have amazing defenders. Mikal Bridges, OG, John Collins, and Walker Kessler are all elite defenders. Especially Mikal, OG, and Kessler. So hopefully we can lock them up. Let's jump into Simcast here. See if we can win game 3. So far, we do have the lead by quite a bit, but hopefully we can keep this up. It looks like we are going to be winning this game. Let's go. Harden with 24 points, 21 from OG. Let's see if Harden's shot tendency is all the way up. And it is. So yeah, I don't know why he's not shooting as much as I would like him to shoot. Hopefully we can win. I believe this is game 4. And so far we do have the lead, but they are pretty close to us here. We need to keep this, and it's a tie game, 3 minutes remaining. We're up by 2. Let's slow this down a little bit. I won't be jumping in. It looks like we are going to be winning by 3 points. Someone hit a clutch 3-pointer, thankfully. Harden almost had a triple-double. 24 from Mikal, 19-point double-double from John Collins. Now we need to go up 3-2, and that should give us an advantage to win this series, hopefully. So far, it's a back-and-forth battle here, and oh god, it looks like they are going to be winning by 7 points. Hopefully we can win this game. Let's see. We are down 3-2. Let's see if we can come back and take this to game 7, which hopefully we can do. And so far, they do have the lead on us. We are pushing back. The first half we were down, but now it looks like, oh god, this is a close game. So we're up by 9, 130 remaining, and we do end up winning by 11 points. Let's go. Bridges with 26, 21 from Collins, 15 from OG. And oh god, Harden only shot the ball 9 times. That is not how he should be playing for us at all. We need him to be shooting a lot more than that. I'm going to fix up our player shot tendencies, to be honest. I'm going to lower a lot of the other players and have Harden shooting the most amount of shots on our team, because that's how it should be. So let me fix this up, and then we'll jump in for game 7. Alright, I lowered a lot of our player shot tendencies, and the reason for that is I want James Harden to be taking the most amount of shots possible. Like this game, he shot only 9 attempts, which is not good for our number one option. So I lowered a lot of the other player shot tendencies that way. Harden shoots the most amount of buckets, and let's see if we'll be able to win here in game 7. We do have home court advantage. So far, it's a back and forth battle here. Please come back. They're up by 6, 7 minutes remaining, and it's a back and forth. They're up by 2. Let's slow this down a little bit here. We're up by 3, 140 remaining. Still up by 3. They are pushing back. We're up by 4. And now we're up by 5. Let's see if we can do this. And we do. We end up winning by 7 points at home court. Harden with 40 points. That's what I'm talking about. And that is the reason why I lowered the other players' shot tendencies. That way Harden is averaging around 30-40 points per game, because we need prime Harden to be doing that most definitely. Now James Harden wins Western Conference Finals MVP. Paolo Banchero wins Eastern Conference Finals MVP. We got ourselves the Orlando Magic, Jalen Suggs, CJ. They got themselves CJ McCollum. But luckily he's not really playing good this playoff run. Hopefully he can continue playing bad. Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, Clint Capella. They got themselves Clint Capella, Anthony Black, Wendell Carter, Goga, Jonathan Isaac. So yeah, hopefully we can defeat this team. Let's see what happens here. Game number 1 is a win for our team. OG with 26, 23 from Harden, and 20 from Mikal Bridges. What was the score? 124 to 112. Game number 2 is also a win. OG leading the way once again with 28 points, 24 from Harden. Can we go up 3-0? And we do, just like that. Harden with 43 points, 12 assists. 23-13 from John Collins. Let's go. Whoa, 20 also from Walker Kessler. Phenomenal. And is this going to be a sweep? And this is going to be a sweep. Just like that, the LA Clippers are NBA champions with prime James Harden winning Finals MVP, averaging 27, 5, and 11.5. His efficiency wasn't the best, but at least he still played absolutely phenomenal. The double-double, playmaking, offense was all phenomenal. Let me show you guys the player stats for this playoff run that we just had. 26 from Harden, 18.5 from OG, 17 from John Collins, 16.5 from Mikal. Tyus Jones, phenomenal playmaker, offensive player for our team, amazing defender in Walker Kessler. Let's go. Yeah, our whole team played absolutely phenomenal. We're going to run it back one more season and see if we can win the LA Clippers and prime James Harden their second championship in this video. So I'm going to overturn possibly a few of these retirements, and then I'll be seeing you guys either at free agency or the NBA draft, probably free agency. We do have most of our players locked up on contracts, which is really good. But we do need to bring back Mitchell Robinson and Walker Kessler, unless we have a team option on Walker Kessler. I'm not too sure. So I'll see you guys at free agency. This offseason, we have so many future Hall of Famers retiring, which I didn't even notice. We have Russell Westbrook, Steph Curry, Kevin Love. Well, I don't know if Kevin Love would be a future Hall of Famer, but still an amazing player. There's a lot of amazing players here. Drew Holiday, Brook Lopez, Kevin Durant, Al Horford, Kyle Lowry, LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, and then we also have Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green down here, which I didn't even realize. And then, yeah, that's basically it, which is insane. This is a stacked retirement. Yeah. So yeah, I'll be seeing you guys at free agency. I may overturn a few players that could still play good for their teams, but that's about it. 4 Hall of Famers to be exact. I did overturn Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green. I don't know if I believe they would both be Hall of Famers in my opinion in real life, so you could add them here too, but I did overturn their retirement. So we have 4 amazing Hall of Famers that were basically playing the same era, which is insane to see. This is going to be a sad off season if we're seeing all 4 of these players retire that same off season. Jersey retirements, a lot of jersey retirements here. Most definitely Draymond Green's would also be here, but we did overturn his retirement, same as Jimmy Butler. Now let's see if we have any picks this NBA draft, which I don't think we will. I do not see our name, so it looks like, okay, our pick is going to the 76ers at 30th overall pick. So we have no picks. Maybe a second rounder, I'm not too sure. Let's see. No second rounders either. Now I'm going to finish filling out staff signing, and then we'll see what we'll be doing at free agency. I picked up the team option, on Taylor Hendricks. He will be playing for us this coming season. And I gave Walker Kessler a qualifying offer. Let's see who we're going to have to bring back. Walker Kessler and Mitchell Robinson. And oh my god, Walker Kessler wants $41 million. Bro's averaging 11 points and 9 rebounds, wanting $41 million. We're going to have to give it because we can't lose him. But I may sign and then trade Walker Kessler for a different starting center. Because running with the same team this season may be boring, not making any changes. Making changes will make the video more funner, in my opinion. So we may just sign and trade him. So that's what we're going to be doing here. We're going to give him the contract he wants, and then we're going to be flipping him for hopefully a better center for our team. We're able to bring back Mitchell Robinson and Walker Kessler, 2 years, 70 mil. Well, honestly, he's an all-defensive player, but still, we're going to be trading him anyways, just to make this video a little bit more entertaining. And we'll probably be bringing back Andre Drummond just in case as well. In case we need ourselves a backup center. And that's probably all we're going to be doing this off-season. I don't think we're going to be signing many more players. But I am going to finish filling out the rest of our roster, and then I'll see you guys at the Walker Kessler trade, where hopefully we can acquire ourselves an amazing player. I'm going to be targeting another superstar to bring on our team to pair up with James Harden. We obviously don't need to do that, but I'm going to be doing that just to make this video funner. And Giannis would be a perfect player to have on our team. We can move his position to be our starting center. Let's see if they accept this trade for Walker Kessler, Derrick Jones Jr., Taylor Hendricks, a first-round pick, and a second-round pick. He's 31 years old. The Milwaukee Bucks haven't really been good at all, so maybe he wants to leave the team. Let's see if we're the team he would want to be joining. And they declined, so that's not the only superstar we can go for here. We can also go for Jason Tatum, which I think would be interesting. Walker Kessler, Derrick Jones Jr., the same trade. Let's see what they say, and they decline. Who else can we throw in this trade? John Collins would kind of be interesting. Derrick Jones Jr., Walker Kessler, and John Collins, I guess, for Jason Tatum. I think this would be an interesting trade. Let's see what they say, and they decline. We can also throw in Bones Highland, who has 2-star trade value, and they still decline. Is there anyone with a higher trade value? Not really. Andre Drummond, 2-star trade value. He has a no trade clause. Come on. How does Drummond have a no trade clause? Make that make sense. We got Alex Caruso in free agency, and nope, they're not budging at all. So it looks like we won't be getting Jason Tatum either. What about his teammate Jaylen Brown? I think Jaylen Brown would be an interesting player to have on our team. Instead of John Collins, we can throw in, definitely not James Harden, Mikal Bridges. That way we can move Jaylen Brown to be our new starting shooting guard, I guess. Let's see what they say, and they decline. Who else can we throw in this trade? Bones Highland, I guess, and they're still declining. Alex Caruso. And it looks like we won't be getting Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum by the looks of it. I don't understand why we gave Drummond a no trade clause. I did not even know his contract said that. Derrick Jones Jr., we can't throw in this trade. So it looks like we won't be getting anyone from Boston, but I'm going to look around the league a little bit and see which other superstars we can target. We're going to be trying to target Anthony Edwards to be that superstar we bring on our team. If we're not able to get Anthony Edwards, I'll target a all-star instead of a superstar. But let's see if the Minnesota Timberwolves will accept this trade for Walker Kessler and Mikal Bridges. And they don't. So now I'm going to target a all-star to bring on our team. That should be a lot easier to do. So I'm going to look around the league for a all-star that we could bring on our team, and then I'll show you guys who that's hopefully going to be. Carl Anthony is an amazing center that I think we can bring on this team. He's obviously a all-star, amazing rebounder, amazing offensive player, and I think he would be an amazing fit on our team beside James Harden to be our number 2 option. We would be sending away Walker Kessler, Derrick Jones Jr., and Bones Highland. Let's see if the New York Knicks are going to accept this trade, which they don't, but we do have some picks that we can throw in here. They want Bogdanovic, and they'll send us Miles McBride, which I'm totally fine with. So there we go. We're going to be acquiring ourselves a all-star in Karl Anthony Towns. Hopefully, this is a good move that we made. I guess time will tell. And I'll see you guys at the start of the next season with our new rotation. Here is the new rotation for the season. We have James Harden, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, John Collins, and Karl Anthony Towns. And then off the bench, we're going to have Tyus Jones, Taylor Hendricks, who's going to be playing for us this season. Hopefully he's good. He's up to 81 overall. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and Mitchell Robinson. I think we should be able to win another championship. We're a really good team. Another goal we're going to be setting right now is hopefully winning James Harden a MVP. Hopefully we're able to do that. I think we should be able to. I'm going to be playing him 38 minutes a game in order for him to win his first championship in this video. So now I'll either be seeing you guys at the trade deadline or the end of this season, where hopefully we can get James Harden his first MVP of this video and his second championship. And there we go, we win our boy James Harden a MVP, averaging 27 points per game, 6 rebounds, 10 assists, 1.3 steals, shooting 50, 40, 90. He played absolutely phenomenal this season, and he was rewarded with a MVP, which is phenomenal to win in the last season of this rebuild. That was one of the goals, as I said earlier, so that's really nice that he was able to win a MVP in the last season of the rebuild. And then Cameron Boozer wins Rookie of the Year with the Chicago Bulls. He's playing absolutely phenomenal. Cameron Boozer is amazing. AJ Debonsa with the OKC Thunder wins 6th Player of the Year. So they have him coming off the bench. Holy, the first overall pick they have as their 6th man. That is insane. Wemby wins another DPOY, his 3rd Defensive Player this video. Trey Johnson, Most Improved. Jalen Brunson, Clutch Player. Ty Lue, Coach of the Year once again. Back-to-back Coach of the Years. And we also win a back-to-back Executive of the Year. And of course, we get James Harden on All-NBA First Team after winning a MVP, which is absolutely phenomenal. Let's see if we get Karl Anthony Towns here, and it looks like we won't be getting Cat here, which sucks, but it is what it is, I guess. Do we get anyone here? Walker Kessler makes All-Defensive First Team with the New York Knicks. Holy, and he's rebounding insanely. Why couldn't he do this one? Oh my god, he's up to 89 overall. Perhaps we shouldn't have traded him, but it would have made the video a little boring if we just kept him around. So yeah, I do not regret trading him for Cat. It made the video funner, and it made our team a lot funner having Karl Anthony Towns at the center position, who played absolutely phenomenal, averaging a double-double. Let me show you guys our player stats before we get into the playoffs. So obviously James Harden led the way with 27 points per game, 6 boards, 10 assists, shooting 50, 40, 90. Right behind him was Karl Anthony Towns, 19 points per game, 10 rebounds. He played absolutely phenomenal for our team, shooting 40% from the 3-point line. And then we had Mikal Bridges, John Collins, and OG Anunoby. Taylor Hendricks off the bench was phenomenal for us, averaging 10 points per game. Tyus Jones is good. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and Mitchell Robinson. And now in round number 1, we got ourselves the Golden State Warriors, who no longer have Steph Curry since he retired, but they still have a pretty good starting 5, to be honest, and their bench is pretty good as well. They have a pretty nice bench and a starting 5, but they were the play-in team, so we should be able to beat them. They don't really have themselves a number 1 option on their team, which is a big mistake. So let me fix up our player minutes, and let's see how far we can make it into this playoffs, and hopefully we can win Harden and the Clippers another chip. I fixed up our player minutes. Let's see if we can defeat the Golden State Warriors. Game 1 is a win. Harden had 34 points. I don't know why he doesn't play the full minutes we assign him, only 35 minutes per game. He did the same thing in the regular season. I'm not sure why that's happening in our rotation. We're giving him 40 minutes a game, but he's only playing 35. Same as regular season, I was giving him about 38 minutes. Game number 2 is also a win. This game he played 38 minutes, scored 35 points, 10 boards, 8 assists. Game number 3 is also a win. We're up 3-0 against the Warriors. 29 from Karl Anthony Towns, 24 from Collins, 22 from Harden. How is John Collins playing? Really good. What about Karl Anthony Towns? Really good, averaging 27 points per game. Harden's averaging 30. Let's see if we can sweep the Warriors, which we do. I mean, yeah, this was kind of expected. They don't have a number 1 option, but Malik Monk was absolutely going off. Let's see how their team played. Wiggins was good. Kuminga was pretty bad. John Collins clearly locked him up. So now we're going to be advancing to the second round, where we got ourselves Jokic and the Denver Nuggets, who have the same exact starting 5. Julian Strawther up to 83 overall. Jerome Holmes up to a 80 overall. And they also got themselves Malcolm Brogdon, which is insane. He's a really good player. So yeah, their bench is honestly pretty good this season. Last season it wasn't as good. So let's see how things play out. Game number 1 is a win. OG with 24, 20 from Bridges, 17 and 15 from Collins. Was playing 37 minutes a game. We didn't even assign him 37 minutes a game. So I don't know why he's playing more than Harden. This minutes rotation is making absolutely no sense. Okay, this game, I mean, Karl Anthony Towns was fouled out, so that kind of makes sense, I guess. Game number 2 is also a win. Harden, there we go, 40 minutes, 43 points. That's what we need from him. Game number 3 is also a win. Karl Anthony Towns with 40 points, 17 rebounds, 8 assists, and 4 steals. That is insane. Also, I'm going to raise his shots block tendency right now. That way he blocks more shots. So I'm going to fix up his shot blocking tendency right now. Because it's all the way down to a 25. This way he'll block more shots. And he's a center, so he should be blocking more shots for us anyways. Let's lower his foul shot tendency. His contests tendency is good. Whoa, Tyus Jones has a 25 shot contest. That is insane. There we go. That should be fine. Can we sweep the Denver Nuggets? And we do. Let's go. Harden with 29 points. Only played 28 minutes. 23 from Bridges. Karl Anthony Towns 15 and 10. He fouled out once again. He's fouling out a lot of these games. Now we advance to the conference finals, where we'll be taking on the Sacramento Kings. They defeated the Minnesota Timberwolves in Game 7. That is insane. DeMar DeRozan, Malik Beasley, De'Aaron Fox, Sabonis, Obagi. They don't have Keegan Murray no longer on their team, clearly, but they do have Obi Toppin off the bench, Davion Mitchell. Yeah, they're a pretty good team, I guess, but they were the 6th seed, so I think we should be able to defeat them. Game 1 is a win. 27 from OG, 20 from Karl Anthony Towns. Where is Harden? 17 and 12. He didn't shoot as much as I would like, but he still had a double-double. And we're up 2-0. 37 from James Harden. Let's go. Game 3 is also a win. Up 3-0 against the Sacramento Kings. Harden with the 33-point double-double. Is this going to be another sweep? And it is. We haven't lost a single game this playoff run, which is absolutely phenomenal. Harden with almost a triple-double. And we scored 105 points that game. Our team wasn't really good, but our defense was amazing. Offensively, we weren't really good. A lot of our players struggled, as you guys can see here. And now we're either going to get ourselves the Toronto Raptors or the Brooklyn Nets. I would much rather have the Brooklyn Nets, but we're probably going to get the Toronto Raptors, and we do. James Harden wins Western Conference Finals MVP. Scotty Barnes wins Eastern Conference Finals MVP. We should be able to beat this team, in my opinion. They're not really a stacked team. They're lacking at the point guard position, where they have a 75 overall player as their starting point guard. Grady Dick, though, is up to 86 overall, 88 for Barrett, and 90 for Scotty Barnes. And Jakob Poeltl's up to 86 overall as well. Trey Johnson they have off the bench, who should be their starting point guard. And bro's averaging 32 points per 36 minutes, which is insane. They got Jacoby Walter, Santi Aldama. Their bench is honestly really good. They got Norman Powell back. They brought, I believe he was yes, he was. They brought Norman Powell back to Toronto. And was Jonas Valanciunas also on the Toronto? Yes, he was. I was just about to say that. So they brought Valanciunas and Norman Powell back to Toronto to be on the Toronto Raptors. Game number 1 is a loss. Holy cow. Game number 2 is a win though. Let's go. Harden drops 33 points. Game number 3 is also a win. That's what I'm talking about. Harden with 34. Can we go up 3-1? And we do just that. Harden with another 30 plus point per game. Fouled out in 25 minutes, but he still went off. And is this going to be a gentleman's sweep? It's not a gentleman's sweep. 30 for Harden. Let's see if we win here, and we do. There we go. We won James Harden and the Clippers 2 championships in this video. Harden wins Finals MVP, averaging 28 points per game, 5 boards, 8 assists, 2 steals, shooting 50-40-90. Let's go. 60-40 nearly. Holy, he was phenomenal. And there we go. Prime James Harden wins 2 back-to-back championships with the LA Clippers. Here's a playoff stats for our players. 21 from Karl Anthony Towns, 16 from OG, 15 from Bridges, 14 from John Collins, and then the rest of the team. Let me show you guys how our players played in the finals. I showed y'all James Harden, 20 from OG, who went absolutely haywire against his old team, the Toronto Raptors, averaging 20 points per game. 19 from Karl Anthony Towns, 16 from Mikal Bridges, 14 from John Collins, and 10 from Tyus Jones, who was an amazing get to have as our backup point guard. He played absolutely phenomenal. Taylor Hendricks, and then the rest of our players. Mitchell Robinson didn't get the playing time that he probably deserved, but I guess Karl Anthony Towns was taking up a lot of those minutes, so it kind of makes sense. Mitchell Robinson was his teammate and is his teammate in real life as well, which is pretty cool. So that's it for this video of putting Prime James Harden back on the LA Clippers. We completed the goals of this video. We won him a championship, and then we set another goal to win him an MVP, which we did. So we got both of them. We checked off both of the goals, winning him MVP and a championship. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to drop a thumbs up. And if you're new, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more NBA 2K25 content. Also, comment down below what type of rebuild you guys would like me to do next. It could be absolutely anything. So make sure to comment down below, like the video, and subscribe. Until next time, it's your boy Dragon, and I'm out. Peace.